So if we're wanting to achieve any sort of growth, transformation, upgrade, or expansion, an absolutely integral and critical component for that is what I call mental metabolism. Now we can understand mental metabolism as the process very similar to physical metabolism, whereby we sort through, process, digest, and eliminate the byproducts of thought. Now, oftentimes anything working with thoughts or beliefs or anything mental is really oftentimes shrouded in sort of a vague veil of pseudo-spirituality or some new agey sort of haziness, or just made particularly esoteric and weird, and for that reason really turns most people off and really only attracts and applies to a very small amount of people, when in reality this process is as common sense and as practical and as useful and essential and critical as the process of our physical metabolism, digestion, and elimination. So much in the same way that we take in food, we take in air, we take in liquid, and then we eliminate the byproducts of that, so too in the same way do we take in mental information, thoughts, beliefs, experiences, feelings, etc. But the thing is, most people don't really process and metabolize those things. So if I were to say to you, hey, I want you to go ahead and just eat like you've been eating, drink like you've been drinking, but I don't want you to pee or use the toilet in any way, shape, or form for the next, 10 years, you would just say that's the most ridiculous and impossible thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's not possible. But if I were to say to you, hey, you know what? I want you to have this experience, but I want you to hold on to the rigid set of beliefs and the rigid response and the same mental process and belief system that you used to deal with this experience now. 10 years from now, I want you to have that same belief system, that same response, that same ability to respond to a situation as you did then. Most people would say, sure, that's cool, I can totally do that. I planned on doing that anyways. And that's where people get stuck. And that's how this all relates and ties in together. Because just in the same way that as a normal, common sense, practical process of living, we take things in, we sort through them, we process them, and then we eliminate them, the same thing needs to happen in our mind. Meaning what happens is we have an experience at a certain point in our life, and we say, oh, you know what? I adapted to it in this way, so that's how I'm going to adapt to every other situation from now on. Or that's how I was in this situation, this is how I believe myself to be at this time and place, so that's how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And that's just considered normal. And people defend this. Oh, well, that's just how I am. That's just how I was built, or that's how I learned, or that's how so-and-so taught me, and that's just how it is. But it's just the same thing as saying, I haven't used the bathroom in 10 years. I haven't used the toilet, or I haven't taken a shower in 10 years. If someone said that, you would look both ways and then probably dart out of the situation. But we don't do that when it applies to the mental thing. So we have to look at this and realize that it's so obvious, common sense, and simple and practical and understandable, and really ask, well, how are we missing it? So that's just what I want to do in this video, is basically just point this out, bring this up, and demystify all this new age pseudo-spiritual nonsense that makes anything dealing with the mind or sorting through beliefs as just this sort of very convoluted, contrived, watered down process, when in actuality it's as normal and natural as a process of all of the other things that we're doing as far as processing, sorting, digesting, and eliminating waste and byproducts of metabolism. So just in the same way that we have physical metabolism, we also have mental metabolism. We need to eliminate the waste products just in the same way. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.